Thank you, everyone. I'll just share a few reflections from our talks with President Macron today. One of my key objectives in visiting France as part of this visit to Europe was the EU FTA. New Zealand has obviously been seeking a mandate for that negotiation for some time. It represents $15 billion worth of trade. It is hugely significant to us. We anticipated that given that the vote is coming soon, that we needed to make sure that we could build support for that mandate as broadly as possible. We've had a sense that in the past there may have been roadblocks to achieving that mandate. The sense I've come away from today is that our focus on building an agreement that models environmental standards, social outcomes, is something that France is very much in support of. And so I was very heartened by the response by President Macron on that issue today. The other issue we discussed at great length was the Pacific. Within the EU, France represents a country with probably the greatest interest in the Pacific. So to be able to discuss some of the issues that exist in that region was really important for us, not least the impact of climate change in the region. And that was one of the third lengthiest conversations we had, was on climate change. I acknowledge the leadership that President Macron has displayed, and he was very interested in our focus and our journey as well. So we talked a little bit about both our relative strategies, but also what we can do together, and it's something we've committed to work on. We will be undertaking or leading talks through a carbon neutrality coalition, and I anticipate that later in the year that we'll bring together that group. But I am happy to answer questions as well.
Are you confident that other countries with concerns about an EU-New Zealand trade deal will fall into line now that France has come out in support?
Oh, to be honest, I haven't really heard any specific overt concerns from many other members of the EU. So I am confident that this will make a big difference to that decision in May, and remain hopeful. Not complacent though. We'll keep doing what we can to make sure we've laid the groundwork for a positive outcome.
Can you be certain that we will get the green light for the negotiations to begin late May?
Of course, nothing is certain. There's always room for these things to move, but I certainly come away from this visit much more hopeful than perhaps when I went in.